everybody. Thank you for coming. It's wonderful to see so many people here. When we came out through the door, Spike said, this will be the best concert of the year so far, which I thought was wonderful, and then realised it was the first one of the year so far, but I thought it was very nice, so thank you for that, Spike. We normally start with Sladeburn or Westwood Ho, but today we thought we'd go very exotic and play True and Trusty. And the front row said, we're doing the DC. So the DC means go back to the beginning and play it all again. And I forgot that it's like the longest DC ever, because normally it gets to about there and you stop, which is right down at the bottom. So there we go, that was pretty interesting. We're going to move on. There's a cup final tomorrow. Yes, who's playing? Newcastle and Liverpool. So, there we go. Who supports Newcastle? Really? Okay, fair enough. My father-in-law's from Sunderland, so that's not allowed. And then who supports Liverpool? Wow. Okay. So, Leslie as well. Does Leslie as well? Oh, well, that's fine then. Yeah, that's fine. I'll let you off with Leslie. That's all right. Well, this isn't played before the Carabao Cup final. If it was the FA Cup final, then it would be played before that. But this is a beautiful hymn, and it's called Abide With Me. So this is Abide With Me. I quite like the optional dog accompaniment. It's quite cool. So there's a piece later on, and we'll need that. There's some audience participation later on. And it's basically, it says the band have got to do something on the parts. And I broke this to the band, and they didn't look very impressed. And so I said, I've got an idea. I've said the audience will like to join in. We'll wait until well into the second half, and they'll really join in. It'll be amazing. So you've got that to look forward to. I'll say no more. Now we're going to play a great, I guess it was called a pop song at the time. It was written in 1963, and it's a brilliant piece of music. It was in the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2001, and it was a massive development within the California sound. So it kind of gives it away where it's from there. So it's by the Mamas and Papas is the most famous version in 1965. And so this is California Dreamin'.
You like that one?
Yes.
I can feel you warming up, which is really good. And so much so that I'm going to share something with you. So on the way, Anna, here, for her birthday, she got a speaker, one of those Alexa ones. And we found out that on my way home, I can drop in and ring her. And so I'll ring her on the way home. And it's lovely. I get to see what she's been up to and stuff like that. And so this week she said, "Daddy, I'll tell you a joke." And I thought it was a wonderful joke, so I thought I'd share it. She said, "What's invisible and smells a carrot?" Bunny trumps. So I quite like that one. So there we go. So yes, hopefully the level might improve. We'll find out. But it made me chuckle. Now this week in. Anna's down here and actually like wetting herself. So this over this last week, a very scary thing has happened, I think. So I'm really, really into a set of films, two sets of films. One's Harry Potter, but the other one is James Bond. And so this week, Amazon have decided that they're going to do, we don't quite know what with it, but they might do like loads and loads of different series and things like that, and people are worried about it. Will it be any good? What will happen? Like some of the Star Wars stuff they've done's been great, some's been not great. So what will happen? We don't know. But this arrangement is really cool, and it brings together some absolutely fantastic pieces of music. So we're going to listen to, from Russia with Love, Goldfinger, You Only Live Twice, the James Bond theme, and this is the best of Bond. I need to tell you a quick story about this. So I'm a teacher in my day job, and year 7, in year 7 we do about riffs and ostinatos, about repeated musical patterns, and so we play James Bond. I get them to learn James Bond, and so I said, and we're going to play James Bond, and this class just looked at me. You know, no. So I said, could you put your hands up, please, if you've heard of James Bond before? 3 out of 30 put their hands up. And I was like, what? This is scary. So anyway, then I played it to them, and then they said, oh, yes, we know that one. It's one of the old ones, isn't it? So I'm glad I didn't play this one to them. So this is from 1982. Goodness me. It was written for a film. A very successful film, and Queen must kick themselves, maybe not actually, they were quite successful anyway, but Queen were asked if they could provide the soundtrack for this film, and some of their music could be used for it, and they said no, so instead Survivor said yes, and so then they wrote this, and this is The Eye of the Tiger. There you go. If I plant enough people in the audience, then everything should be like, yay. That's what I'm trying to do in rehearsals, just like you say yes to that one. So, here we go, Eye of the Tiger.
Yes. Don't worry. Right. So yes, go ahead. Okay, so I just needed to get a few things sorted. So today is the preview night for a competition. So we're going to Hull. Oh yes, yes, yes. There we go. There's more than just the deep. There's a band contest. So we're going to Hull. My best friend went to uni there. He really liked it. So I genuinely did. Sorry, that sounded really sarcastic, but he did. He really liked it. He didn't like his degree. So he did his degree. Then he did a degree in physics. Then he decided he didn't like that. And then he did another degree in radiology. And then, then he does that now. So there we go. Yeah. He goes to the Lake District once a month because nobody can afford to live in the Lake District as a radiographer, apparently. So he goes there and then gets paid like £1,000 for a weekend of work and then goes home again. So there we go. So if you meet him, you'll know these things now. So we're going to go to Hull and we're going to play 5 pieces of music that are based around a theme. Now my wife thinks that either I've gone absolutely bonkers and having a very, very big midlife crisis, or it's genius. So you can tell me at the end which one you think it is, so I'm not sure anymore. So no, I am, I think it's really cool. So we're going to play a theme of 5 pieces, and the pieces are all loosely tied together, and our journey is going to be taken through the band, and Kieran is going to be the voiceover person for this, so he's going to tell you what's happening within the music, and we're going to, we're very, very strict on timings. So we've got to play for 15 minutes, and if we play any more than 15 minutes, then a trapdoor opens, and I go through the trapdoor, and I just say, "Carry on, band, it's fine." And so I'm not. They might then put me in the deep, and then there'll be loads of sharks chasing me, and it'd be very odd. So that's what's going to happen. It's not true. Sorry, Anna. Sorry. So we'll see. I love this. My own heckler. I brought her with me. So we've got 15 minutes to play, and we're going to play these 5 pieces. And it's we've played them before, but not ever with speaking in public. So we've brought speakers because there's bits where Kieran has to speak when the band are playing. He's taller than me, so maybe not that tall. We'll soon find out. So Kieran's going to come to the front. I'm going to turn this on and it'll go pop. There we go.
Yeah, I am much.
I'm in the way.
Yes.
Story of my life.
Oh, yeah, I'm not that tall.
Yeah. Come on then.
No, music's still tall enough. Oh, good.
Music stand's broken. There we go.
There we go. We're all good.
Right.
That's very close. Okay.
There we go. Right. Here we go. Sorry, every time I stop, every piece. Well, no, the last piece. Eleanor's noticed that a chair is like one of those comedy ones, and somebody's like sawn through half of it, and so she's a bit worried that it might collapse. And it is. I mean, look. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. But she kept saying I'll be fine, and I had visions of her not being fine, and then going like that. And then Josh wouldn't know what to do. He'd be like, "Do I carry on playing, or do I look after Ellen?" So, yeah. You've got to play.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's take you on an exciting journey through the Dreamin, Trusty, Lament. I was stopping against the village down, where all you fans pronounced minstrel, particularly good recruit pride. We desperately need gold, but where will we find the money? One of our players was supposed to go abroad, after the plans to go all the way, travelling the world After our wins in Europe, we crossed the sea and journeyed to South America. In the embrace of Argentine tango, we gamble with fire. The stakes are high, but we hit our fantastic path well. Time our first place. Despite our young heroes' best efforts, their poker face betrayed them, and they lost everything. Let this be a cautionary tale to all our young band's people. Gambling is a painful game. With all this emotion, we're driven to reflect on our loss in a gambler's lament. nothing to say. Our hero's journey into the heart. Let's hear it for music, love, and a little bit of brass magic in our final piece, Viva Las Vegas.
There we go. We're going to have a break now, so you can relax. I'm going to sit in a corner and just rock slightly, see if my Ferrari's outside ready for me. So have a wonderful, wonderful break, and we'll see you back soon.
fancy locations, everything, which is wonderful. Last year we played a piece called Pulsar, the Youth Championships, which is also written by Alan Fernie. And everyone kept saying it's really like a cheap version of Prismatic Light, Prismatic Light, but the band, because basically every band decided that they wanted to play that piece all at the same time, everybody got a bit sick of it. Then this morning I said, we're going to play some different pieces this evening, and this is one of them. I really love it. I think it's like really got loads of like pitch. You can imagine things in your head about what's going on, things like that. And we did say earlier, so Kieran, can we thank Kieran for his wonderful comparing? For Kieran to compare, it meant that Sally had to play euphonium. And Sally's doing a wonderful job. Sally normally plays trombone. There's a thing in Delph this weekend where trombonists are going to play different instruments. I think Anthony's playing tomorrow on horn. Dan is playing on horn today. It's wonderful. I made sure all the wrong notes are out of it. It's my horn. So therefore, all of them gone. And then Sally's playing euphonium as well, which is like doing an amazing job. Can I share one thing? So, there's lots of twiddly bits in that piece. Okay, and it goes, and I love it, because whenever we get to it, Sally just goes, and then just plays the next bit, and I love it, it just makes me chuckle every time. But you're doing a great job, so thank you. Now, we're going to play, now this is a piece that we have played quite a lot. It's also by Alan Fernie. This is our Alan Fernie set. And later on we're going to have a Goth Richards set. So this is our Alan Fernie set. So this piece of music, here we go, spent 214 weeks in the top 40 back in the 1980s. The band had 15 UK top 10s, one number one, which was House of Fun. But this is a great piece, so this is Baggy Trousers. So this is another one as well that you say in school, and then the shoots go, who? What's that?
But then you occasionally get some students who are just like, oh yes, I love that band. They're unbelievable. And one of the exam boards, they love this band as well. They put them on a set works, and we get to analyse how they've written all the chords and what they've done with them and how they did this chord and the harmony for that. And it makes me chuckle because I'm aware that one of the people in the band typically has written music for orchestras, so doesn't actually read music. So when people are writing, like the exam boards saying, this is a secondary dominant chord, and then here they're doing Neo 46, they just be like, well, just sang the great words, and we just wrote it down and we thought it was nice. So this is some music from the Beatles, and I know some people don't like them and stuff, but I think that what they did for pop music and how they changed it, it's a bit like at school, like sometimes you'll play some Bach to people and they'll be like, oh that's really old, and I'm like, yeah, but you don't get it. Like what they've done is they've changed music, and everything we do now is based on what they did back then. It's like genius. And then this month I've been teaching a piece of music called Annie Festibility to some sixth form students, and then at the end of the week, this lad came back and said, sir, I've been listening to that Bach all week. It's a right banger. So this is the Beatles Go Brass, and there's just fantastic music, and I think it's this. Yeah, so this is the conclusion of our Alan Fernie set. So this one is also by Alan Fernie, and it's got loads of pieces in, and I hope you enjoy them. So normally they say what all the pieces are on the front, and they haven't, and I'll forget some. So enjoy.
We did play this one last year at the Youth Championships. It's a fantastic piece of music. It's loads and loads of fun. It involves extra instruments, so it had to appoint a head of kazoo, and Eleanor is our head of kazoo. Something that she takes very seriously, and she reflects it on her choices, which I think is wonderful. She reflected that today, giving the kazoos out to the band before the concert was a very bad idea, and she said that she'd never do that again. So there we go. So this was from 1986. We're creeping up to the modern day. So it was the first number one for this group. It lasts for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's time it to 15 minutes. So this is "Walk Like an Egyptian" by the Beatles.
Oh. Just wait. Brace just going to get something. His music. So when he comes back, he'll like him around the applause. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. So maybe he'll come in like an Egyptian. So yes. And, we could do. I said no. We can't. Yeah, we could. Should we do that? Yes. We'll do the raffle. We'll do the raffle. Right. So, Sarah's oh wait. Sarah, oh no. No, the music back. Following my plan. Sarah going to help find the music. Sarah knows the raffle. So, it's alright, it's okay, don't worry. We're going to play this and then we'll do the raffle. So, right. Good. I promised I'd try and finish at 9 o'clock-ish. So this is our last piece. I know, it's 4 minutes long. If you really like it, it might be another one to fill in that time. Because we've got Goff Richards' set, and it would be very good with just one piece. So Goff Richards was an unbelievable composer, arranger for brass bands, for big bands, for choirs. In the summer I teach on a course, and there's a guy called David Marshall, who's one of the conductors on the course, and he was the director of the Coldstream Gardens. He's an amazing, inspirational man. I sent him an email a week actually. He's 80-something. He said, "Oh, I'm just writing back from my hospital bed. I've just cracked some ribs while I was skiing in Italy." I was like, "Wow, that's pretty cool. Like, you go at 80, you go skiing in Italy." An amazing man. He talks for ages. He knew Goff really well. They're both from Cornwall originally. And he talks about Goff, and particularly in his later life, Dave used to come up to Salford, like he was lecturing Salford, I don't know exactly where he lived, but Cheshire maybe, and we go with that. And he used to come up and he'd play the piano, and then Dave had to write down what he'd done, and then he'd play some more, write that down, because he wasn't able to write down at that point in his later life. And the stories that he said, just an absolutely inspirational man, and wrote loads of things. So this is an original composition that he wrote, and we've worked on it we worked on it ages ago, and then it went out of the pads, and oh, can we have a go at that? And so this is a great composition called Trailblaze.
the band is going to stand up first of all. Band, stand up, yay. And the band have been working really, really hard. Sometimes that bit after Christmas is a bit weird because you kind of like, what have we got to work towards? So you spend quite a bit of time. So a couple of years ago we started going to youth championships. It's been brilliant. We've got something to work towards, and they've worked so hard. And they've had to put up with quite a lot of versions of the piece, like the first 4 pieces of youth championships I put together. So we had to kind of come in, give them out music, and then take it home and decide it wasn't right, and then go back. And they've put up with it, and they've been really encouraging with it. So thank you for that. And they're just such a pleasure to be with all the time. And they just make Saturday mornings, and every time that I get to spend with them, just an absolute pleasure. So thank you guys. It's brilliant. Now I did say, 2 reasons why, 2 things about that piece I was really impressed with. We stopped playing it because there's a bit near the beginning, and there's some quavers in the band that go bomb, 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 and people that play in bands have probably practiced those like 3 bars about 712 times, and all of the notes went into it, which was really cool. And then I just want to say a big well done to Toby, because we realised that we didn't have a timp part, and he said last week, could we get a timp part? I said, yes, we can get a timp part. And then we ran out of time to run that one this morning, and so I printed off a timp part at 6 o'clock. And so you got to sight read it in the concert, did very well. So well done, everyone. So now, earlier on I said there's a piece of music that you're going to get to join in with, and you thought that I'd forgotten, but I didn't. Now, this piece of music we've only played once out in public. We play at the Saddle Olympics, and I proper love it. I think it's an amazing community event. And this year we were asked if we could play something in French. And so we didn't have lots of time because it's straight after the summer. So we played the can-can, which is, you know, stereotypically French, I guess. Now, there's a bit in the band parts and it says, at this point, optional creation of great joviality, I keep saying that word wrong, play whistles, hit anything, throw streamers, anything to create a party atmosphere, and it gradually subsides after C. So I offered this to the band, and then somebody said, I've got a party popper. And I said, maybe that's not a great idea, because we have to tidy it up afterwards, etc. And then I said, I know who'll help us, our wonderful audience. And then I thought, if we do it right near the end, then some people might have, you know, seen the bar, and then that'll encourage a bit of joviality. And so that's where we are now. So there's going to be a bit where you're going to, I'll turn around. And I'll let you know where it is, and you just keep on going bonkers. When it says hit anything, please try and keep it, you know, within reason. Yes, I like that. Yes, within reason. You say there. So within reason, and so ideally, you know, not small people, etc. And you get to do it. Now it says gradually subsiding. So you've got about 12 bars to do it. So yeah, it's in 4, but you know, you'll love it. So, and then just at the back there's a camera that's been recording all of the performance, and so you get to read it afterwards and see if it needs to be on the programme every time, or if once is enough. So this is the can-can. Thanks for being a wonderful audience. I really hope you've enjoyed this evening. And so this will finish us off probably, and this is the can-can.
Thank